The psychological reason you feel empty, even when surrounded by good friends. Why do you feel absolutely alone, even when you're surrounded by your best friends? It feels counterintuitive, right? But your brain might be tricking you into replacing genuine vulnerability with a curated social performance. Today, we'll break down why that exhausting persona is actually starving you of the authentic validation you desperately need. The illusion of connection. Have you ever been at a social gathering, surrounded by people you care about, but still felt totally alone? You're chatting, laughing, but deep inside, something's missing. In today's world, the line between physical presence and emotional intimacy has blurred. We often mistake superficial interactions for deep connections. You might talk to someone for hours, comment on each other's posts, and yet still feel isolated. Here's the thing. This isn't a personal failure. It's a common psychological outcome. The exhaustion you feel is a sign that your brain craves something more, authentic connection. What you need is real emotional intimacy, not just surface-level interactions. And when that need goes unmet, it creates a disconnect, leaving you feeling lonely despite being surrounded by friends. The performance persona. One of the main reasons for this disconnect is the performance persona we've learned to maintain. Social media and curated digital lives pressure us to present an idealized version of ourselves. We feel like we must keep up an image, online and in real life. In person, we constantly project this polished, perfect self. But deep down, it doesn't match how we truly feel. This cognitive dissonance, the internal struggle between our true feelings and the persona we project, leads to emotional exhaustion. You're draining mental energy, and that prevents genuine connections from forming. Even with your closest friends, when you're always playing a role, it creates a barrier. They can't truly know you because they're only seeing the version you've curated. That's when loneliness starts to creep in, even if you're physically surrounded by people. Vulnerability as a threat. But why do we keep up this performance instead of just being real? The answer is fear. Fear that if we show our true selves, our messy, imperfect, vulnerable sides, people will reject us. It's safer to hide behind the persona we think others will accept, rather than risking judgment for being honest. The problem is, this defense mechanism doesn't protect us. It isolates us. When we replace vulnerability with performance, we stop others from truly knowing us. We build a wall that keeps friends from offering the real support we need. Small talk and shallow conversations feel safe, but they don't fulfill us. To form meaningful bonds, we must take the risk of showing our true selves, our raw, unfiltered emotions. The validation deficit. Now here's where it gets interesting. You might be receiving compliments, likes, and surface-level engagement, but here's the truth. It's not the kind of validation your psyche truly craves. You're getting praise for the version of yourself that you've created, not for who you really are. While this surface-level validation may feel nice in the moment, it doesn't fill the deeper emotional need for being truly seen and understood. Over time, this validation deficit causes feelings of emptiness. You're surrounded by people, but you still feel alone because they're not validating your real self. This mismatch between who you are and who's being validated creates a deeper sense of isolation. Even with a large social circle, you'll feel disconnected because no one is truly seeing you, the real you. Rebuilding authentic bonds. So, how can we break free from this cycle? How do we start rebuilding authentic connections that satisfy our need for emotional intimacy and genuine validation? 1. Start small. Vulnerability doesn't have to be a grand gesture. Begin by sharing small, personal truths with those closest to you. Talk about how you're really feeling, not just the highlight reel version of your life. This is where real connection starts. 2. Prioritize quality over quantity. Instead of trying to expand your social circle, focus on deepening the relationships that truly matter. Spend more time with friends who make you feel safe and understood. A few close friends who know you deeply are more fulfilling than a large group that only knows your curated persona. 3. Embrace imperfection. Let go of the need to be perfect. When you allow yourself to be vulnerable, messy, and real, you give others permission to do the same. This is where the most authentic connections are born. 4. Seek authentic validation. Stop seeking validation from people who only see your performance. Instead, look for validation from those who know the real you. True validation doesn't come from compliments on your appearance or accomplishments. It comes from being seen and accepted for who you truly are. Conclusion. True belonging doesn't come from simply being seen. It comes from being known. It's not about the number of friends or how often you interact. It's about showing up as your authentic self and allowing others to connect with you on a deeper level. Take the first step today. Stop performing for the world and start being real. Your true friends are out there, waiting for you to be seen. When you let go of the persona and embrace your true self, the emptiness you've been feeling will start to fade, replaced by genuine connection and validation.